The New York Yankees are one of the most popular teams in all of baseball, but they've also been extremely inconsistent this season. Aaron Judge and company have been dealing with injuries and just an overall lack of production from some key players. Even so, they find themselves at 76 to 64 and only 2 games out of a wild card spot. That's not good, but it's not terrible either. And considering how competitive the AL East has been, that's a very good sign for the Bombers. Standing in their way of making a postseason run, however, is tonight's opponent, the Toronto Blue Jays. The Jays are also fighting for a wild card spot, sitting at 74 to 67 and only 1 game behind the Yankees. If the Yankees lose this series to the Jays, they could find themselves 4 games back of a wild card spot, which would be very unlikely to overcome at this point in the season. So it goes without saying that this series will be very important for both teams. Here are 3 bold predictions for the Yankees matchup with the Blue Jays, including a key matchup breakdown. Let's start off with our first bold prediction. We'll go for Gerrit Cole to throw a complete game shutout. Now, this is definitely a bold prediction. Cole hasn't thrown a complete game since August 2021, and he's only thrown 1 shutout in his career. Still, he is arguably the most talented pitcher on either team, and he'll be facing off against a Blue Jay lineup that has cooled down quite a bit in the month of August. Cole was dominant in his last outing against the Red Sox, throwing 6 scoreless innings while striking out 9. He should be able to keep up this dominance against a subpar Blue Jays lineup. Now, there are a few things that need to break the Yankees' way for this prediction to come true. For one, they'll need to jump out to an early lead so that Cole isn't working from behind. And they'll also need to keep him in the game late by continuing to score runs. But if these things happen, I think there's a good chance that we see Cole finish the game strong. Another thing that will help Cole out is the return of DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu is arguably the best defensive player in the majors, and having him at second base will allow Cole to focus more on just pitching rather than trying to make up for LeMahieu's absence on defense. Overall, I think this is a bold prediction that could easily go either way. But if Cole is able to get the run support he needs, I think he can finish the game strong and lead the Yankees to a much-needed victory. Our next bold prediction is going to be a little bit easier to pull off. I predict that Giancarlo Stanton will hit 2 home runs this series. Stanton has had a bit of a resurgence recently, hitting 9 home runs over his last 15 games. And I think he can carry that momentum into this series against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have a solid pitching staff, but they're also missing a few key pieces. Jose Barrios is likely out for the remainder of the season, and Yusei Kikuchi has struggled mightily in his last few outings. I think Stanton will take advantage of the Blue Jays pitching staff and hit 2 home runs over the course of the series. One of those home runs will come off of Kikuchi, who I don't think can handle the long ball. As for the other home run, it could come off of any number of Blue Jay pitchers. They're just not very good when it comes to giving up home runs. In fact, they're ranked 26th in the league when it comes to giving up dingers. So I think Stanton will have plenty of opportunities to hit home runs this series. And I like my chances with this prediction coming true. For our final bold prediction, let's go with the Yankees winning the series. This might be the easiest prediction of the 3, but it's still a bold prediction nonetheless. The Blue Jays are a better team at home, so the Yankees will have their work cut out for them if they want to win this series. Still, I think the Yankees will prevail and win 2 out of the 3 games. Here's why. The Yankees are playing better baseball than the Blue Jays right now. They've won 5 of their last 7 games, while the Blue Jays have lost 5 of their last 7. The Yankees also have a better record against the Blue Jays this season, winning 5 of their 8 matchups. Plus, the Yankees are catching the Blue Jays at a bad time. The Blue Jays are dealing with injuries to some key players, most notably Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bio Bichette. Guerrero is arguably the most important player on this Blue Jays team, and his absence will be felt throughout this series. As for Bichette, he's been dealing with an injury of his own, and his status for this series is questionable at best. To make matters worse for the Blue Jays, they'll be facing off against one of the best pitchers in the game in Gerrit Cole. Cole has a 3.28 ERA and 254 strikeouts on the season, and I think he'll give the Blue Jays fits this series. All of this is to say that I think the Yankees will win this series, but it won't be easy. The Blue Jays are a dangerous team, and they're playing at home, so the Yankees will have to bring their A game if they want to win. Still, I think the Yankees are up for the challenge, and I'm predicting that they'll win 2 out of the 3 games. So there you have it, folks. Those are my 3 bold predictions for the Yankees matchup with the Blue Jays. I think it's going to be a close series, but I'm going with the Yankees to win. Now, let's take a look at a key matchup for the Yankees in this series. One of the biggest keys for the Yankees in this series will be their ability to contain Vladimir Guerrero. Is arguably the most dangerous hitter in the Blue Jays lineup, and he's been having a monster season. He's slashing 318.393.601 with 32 home runs and 96 RBIs. The Yankees will likely throw Jarrett Cole and Nestor Cortes at the Blue Jays, and they'll have their hands full with Guerrero. Guerrero is a switch hitter, but he's even more dangerous when he's hitting from the left side of the plate. When hitting from the left side of the plate, he's slashing 355.42, 6.712 with 28 home runs and 82 RBIs. So the Yankees will have to be wary of Guerrero no matter which side of the plate he's hitting from. The good news for the Yankees is that they have a few weapons that they can use against Guerrero. First, they can pitch around him and hope that the other Blue Jays hitters can't take advantage. Second, they can try to get him out ahead in the count and then go after him with fastballs away. And third, they can try to change up their approach against him and keep him off balance. Whatever approach the Yankees decide to take, they'll have to be careful with Guerrero. He's a dangerous hitter, and he could put together a big series against them. Another key matchup in this series will be the Yankees' bullpen versus the Blue Jays' offense. The Blue Jays are a high-powered offense, and they can get hot at the plate very quickly. The Yankees will likely be able to keep them in check for most of the game, but the Blue Jays' late-game heroics could be a problem for the Yankees. The Yankees' bullpen has been solid for most of the season, but they've struggled in recent weeks. They've given up 11 runs over their last 10 innings of work. If the Yankees can't keep the Blue Jays off the board late in games, they could find themselves on the wrong end of a few close games. So those are 2 key matchups to watch for in this series. It should be a close one, but I think the Yankees will prevail and win 2 out of 3 games. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.